It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Fit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize a vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's a live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's a live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, Worldwide Wednesday. Mike, hump day. Guys, this is episode 847 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and alongside this gigantic cup of coffee over the next hour, me, you, Elliot Matisse, Jenny Housley, Kimberly Can Fix It, Daft Punk, Marlon Johnson, Abamola Akinrelli. Guys, Steve Young's in the house, LeGrot, Augusta Delgado, the Team Solos, the Yeet Crew, Gary Sturgiotis, the entire New Orleans contingent, Deb and Grady on the YouTubes. Guys, we're coming from every direction today to join up as a community in order to help you drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders using this threat intelligence and sharing community to make sure that we all stay informed, we're all pushing our boundaries, we're all developing professionally in order to level up and max out our potential. Guys, if you're a team solo, i.e. solo operator, you're a one-person shop, Jesse Johnson perhaps, Augusta Delgado perhaps, Stones fan, hashtag Team Solo in chat. Let us know. I want you to know that Simply Cyber is way more than just a YouTube channel. It's way more than just a podcast. It's an absolute community, and we're here to help support and empower you to be the best. So if you're a solo operator, do not feel alone in the dark, all right? Also, if you're looking to break into the industry, we got space for you in here. I know it's turbulent out there. It's a rough time out there, but just know that Simply Cyber is a harbor from the storm, and it's going to level you up because you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? Boom, 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 boom. Ric Flair, woo. Guys, you are going to be asked, and this is a banger of an answer. The interviewer might even know what we're doing over here already. So say what's up, get involved, be part of the community. It's all about good times. Now, I want you to know we're going to go through a bunch of stories, right? I don't know what they are. I don't research or prep. If you didn't know this, I have no idea what I'm going to say, okay? Sometimes I get spicy. Sometimes there's references of cornfields and AI and all sorts of other things. It gets kind of dodgy up in this piece. So, you know why? Because I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody's like prepping for a show like this in order to appear, bigger, smarter than they are. Come on now. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is raw. This is like Wu-Tang, ODB, rough, rugged, and raw. All right, so we're coming at you. Before we get into it, let me say shout out Let me say shout out to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you every single morning, 847 days in a row, weekdays, if you will. Let's give some love to them, y'all. We got ThreatLocker, Antisyphon, Delete Me, and Barricade. Let's hear from them. I'll be engaging with you in chat as the ads go. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right, awesome. Thank you so very much. We also want to talk about Barricade Cyber. There is an emote for the Barricade Cyber crew in the chat right now. We got a new ad read form. Your Microsoft 365 environment. It's more than just tools. It literally is the backbone of your business, but there's threats like business email compromise growing, and it's a single breach could disrupt operations, damage your reputation, and lead to costly fines. Now, what's really great is Barricade Cyber has developed a solution called Fortify 365 that they're based on years of experience, years of seeing environments all jacked up and not being configured correctly. And what they do is they come in, they look at your identity and access management, they configure threat protections to handle phishing emails. A lot of the high percentage attack vectors get dialed up from a security perspective and literally fortify your environment, which is super dope. Don't wait to act. Don't wait for a breach to act. Don't wait until your house is on fire to figure out if you need fire extinguishers. Visit fortify365 today to learn about Barricade Cyber's new solution and how Fortify 365 can safeguard your Microsoft 365 environment. Let's actually pull the website up live on stream. There it is. I'll start showing this one instead. Boom! This guy. I love it. Also, stay tuned. It is Worldwide Wednesday. Worldwide Wednesday. We are going to go around the world in just a hot minute and show you just how freaking amazing the Simply Cyber community is. It's one of my favorite activities. I have a lot of favorite activities of the week, guys. But let me tell you really quickly about Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data, surprise, surprise, is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details, which can lead to identity theft, phishing, attempts, and harassment. But you can protect your identity with Delete Me. I use Delete Me personally. I have enjoyed it. Listen, I'm someone who has an active online presence. I have a YouTube channel, 250,000 subs. Ooh! But the idea is that, you know, I'm out there, right? I can't really do much about it. So privacy is important, especially because my kids and wife did not sign up for this life. I kind of drug them along. So having Delete Me kind of protect my identity gives me that extra level of assurance that I'm doing everything I can to limit my risk exposure. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for Simply Cyber listeners. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber. Now, I got something for you guys. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including Wednesdays, is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot right here. You see how it'll be right over Mrs. Auger. Good morning, Triple D. If Mrs. Auger is in chat, good morning to her. Definitely makes my day special. I love my wife, guys. Just really quickly, if I may, I love my wife. But if you want CPEs, say what's up, grab a screenshot like Triple D, DP. I'm sure KP's down the hall. Nataraj, Monk's up in this, please. File it away. Count the screenshots once a year. Divide by 2. That's how many CPEs you got. If today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. I did see a second timer run through a minute ago. Mod chat, I got the mod chat window open. Every single day of the week has a special segment. And guys, Wednesday is very special. Wednesday is Worldwide Wednesday. This community, 268 of you right now, we'll get about to 500 before the show ends. We get together on the regular. We are a virtual community, but we're international, guys. It's so cool. So let's see where we are. I'm going to spend the next 2 minutes, 22 seconds playing Daft Punk around the world. You tell me where you are. I'll light it up, and we will see if we can go around the world. Setting timer now. Mods, get ready. All right, let's party. Where are you at? The music's juiced a little bit. Beaumont, Texas. Carrie's got us online. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where you at? Bruisin' Hacks, Kia Ora, New York City Space Taco. Send the jam, DJ. Love it, love it, love it. All right. We got Germany. Martin Gabriel coming in from Germany over on LinkedIn. Senflis is in Poland. Europe is up and cooking. Hey, Hubut is in Canada. Gustavo bringing South America online. Chi-Town, Mississippi. What up? The UP. Michigan, Helsinki. Gosh, dang it. Where is Helsinki? Is that Norway or is that Green Iceland? Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I need more Carmen Sandiego in my life. We got Nigeria in the house. Philippines is online. Pacific Rim. Colombia. South America. You are spicy this morning. Yes, sir. South Africa's in the house. Boom, baby, boom. Look at us just cooking. Let this man cook. Ethiopia's in the house. Flo Rida, my man FedEx. South Jersey. Evans. I'd say South Jersey's not dirty Jersey. Finland. Thank you very much. Helsinki, Finland. We got Scandinavia in the house. Adi's brought Pakistan online. Guten Tag, Germany. Good to see you. Good morning. All right. Hey, South Carolina. We got a lot of South Carolina. Simply Curly's also South Jersey. The South Jersey crew should get together. Warren, Michigan's in the house. G'day, mate. We got Australia. Funky Monk. Bringing Australia online. I love that. You know what? Funky Monk mentioned gifted subs for being here and getting Australia online. I think that's going to happen. Tom Bishop, the boot. Hope the family's good, Tom. Bangladesh is in the house. Guys, what is going on? Is everybody just turned on right now? Nepal might be hard to find on the map. It's tiny. Oh, there it is. Nepal's actually way bigger than I thought. Philly, what up, city of brotherly shove? Miami, Florida, let's go. Newport News, Virginia, not a JMU fan. Let's go, Cameroon, I see you. Boom, Cameroon. All right, Austria, Morgs is in the house. Land of Schwarzenegger, Queens, New York, London, UK. Boom, baby, boom. All right, let's take a quick inventory. Holy crap. The Simply Cyber community, you guys straight up flexing. Trinidad, Tobago, I always have a tough time finding that one on the map. Puerto Rico, the DR, Jamaica. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trinidad, Tobago. I never can find it. It's so hard on this little tiny map. Rwanda? Are you serious? Get in here, Rwanda. Jesus criminy. Where is Rwanda, by the way? I know it's in Africa. Botswana, Nambia, Zambia, Tanzania, Congo, Central South Sudan. I thought Rwanda was near South Sudan. Uganda, Kenya. Hold on, where the hell is Rwanda? All right, I'm gonna have to go to the tape here. Yeah, Rwanda's right near South Sudan and Uganda. I knew it. See, I am not cultured, but I'm telling you, I do know a couple things. God damn, where is it? Has it been renamed to Burundi? This is annoying me now. Hold on. It's right above Burundi. This is where you watch me struggle. Oh, there it is. Oh, Rwanda, Rwanda is small but strong. All right, guys, India's in the house. All right, let's do a quick look here. Tanzania. I think Tanzania automatically gets lit up. All right, so check it out really quickly, guys. North America's online. South America online. 2's countries. Europe bringing the heat. Africa coming out of the woodwork. We got newcomers like Rwanda in the house. We got a massive space down in South Asia. Australia's online. Pacific Rim just for a flex. Trinidad, Tobago. I know you guys are killing it, guys. Absolutely killing it. Can I just say thank you? This is what I'm talking about. Worldwide Wednesday. You guys are absolutely dominant. I'm going to throw some gifted subs out because, Funky Monk came in from Australia getting up early. All right, come on. I'm looking at a loading wheel of death. Oh, Tasmania, Tanzania. Oh, my God. I'm such a dork. Hold on. Tanzania. Let's see. Did I screw that up? Country in East Africa. Oh, yeah. I am sorry, Tanzania. Boom. There we go. We got you online, Tanzania. All right. I'm trying to do gifted subs, and I can't do it because I can't. And now my actual YouTube chat is screwed up. All right, guys. Do me a favor. Oh, here we go. There we go. Gifted subs. All right, and that's how you go around the world, Worldwide Wednesday. Great job, everybody. Thank you so very much. Do me a favor, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for April 2nd, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. Mozilla Thunderbird is launching Thundermail, a privacy-focused email service under its new Thunderbird Pro suite, looking to compete with Gmail. Thundermail will offer web-based email with custom domain support and no ad-based data harvesting. Thunderbird Pro will also include encrypted file sharing, a scheduling tool, and an optional AI assistant with plans for a paid model followed by free tier options.
All right. From the office of nobody asks for this, Mozilla enters the chat with a workplace suite. Guys, I got to tell you, whatever. If you want, go for it. Mozilla was originally built on foundation and open source, and then I'm pretty sure it got acquired or consumed or bought. When was the last boot up time and patching? I think I patched my computer last patch Tuesday. So here's the deal. This isn't a cybersecurity story. In my world, EDR solutions, that market is saturated, right? There's a couple top dogs and that's it. Vulnerability scanning, that market is saturated. And Office suite application solutions, there's Office 365 and there's G Suite. I mean, you certainly can run headlong into this meat grinder if you want, Mozilla. But we'll see. I mean, some people want to use a separate service and not go with a big one. I find the pricing of both Office 365 and Google Workspace reasonable, right? I mean, I think I pay I'm not going to get into it, but it's, $15 an endpoint or a user a month or whatever, which is not nothing if you have 8,000 users. So it probably depends on what the pricing model is for this. But if they're going all in on this particular feature, you have to imagine that it's not free, $99. So what do you do you want to watch me do some linguistic gymnastics live on stream? How do I make this a cyber story? What I would consider is if this platform is cheap, right? Maybe you're trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents like Tupac, right? Maybe you're trying to stitch a chicken wing to a pork chop before dad gets home so he can have a full meal, right? Like Chris Rock's bit. It's possible your business may go after this. It's possible a subsection of your business may explore this, like kind of a skunk works group within your business may go after this, which means it's shadow IT, and it could mean your data gets put in this thing. It is email, which means potentially, phishes come through email, so you could have an email service that's not going through your main, say, Exchange Online protection that's configured with all the things. So this could introduce risk. All I would say is, for me personally, all right, I know that this is a new service out there that's coming to market that's going to be trying to make a push. I'll keep an eye out for it within my own environments that I'm responsible for. But I'm not going threat hunting in my environment to see if Carl is using some email service, right? And if you do go with this service, the final thing, be sure to investigate what kind of security, security options there are. So for Exchange Online protection, when you get that with M365 environments, you get all sorts of phishing protections and defanging, URL defanging, which basically means it prevents someone from clicking on a malicious link. There's a bunch of things that you get. What do you get with this one? Do the work, and great. Hey, here's another idea. If you're looking to make a piece of content, right? I'm constantly talking about personal branding and delivering value into the network. This is a great example. Hey, maybe you're considering the new Mozilla email service. Here's 10 security configurations you should know about, or here's 5 must-have security configurations if you're going to be responsible for administering this. All right, let's go.
Scans targeting Palo Alto Networks' Global Protect VPN spiked between March 17th and March 26th, with nearly 24,000 unique IPs attempting success, according to Gray Noise. Researchers warn this could signal attackers preparing to exploit new or existing vulnerabilities. Most activity originated from U.S. IPs, with smaller volumes in the UK, Russia, and Singapore. Palo Alto's prominence makes it a frequent target, and past patterns suggest a potential new zero-day or CVE drop within weeks. Organizations are advised to review logs and hunt for signs of compromise.
Yeah, so this is true. It's kind of that old adage where there's smoke, there's fire. There's nothing stopping me or you or Groova Martin from hammering IPs on the internet. Stand up a honeypot on the internet just for kicks and giggles, and you'll see it get, tickled, get its undercarriage tickled almost immediately. Okay, so the internet is very hostile. It's constantly getting bombarded. So that shouldn't come as a news story, right? But when you see a very specific enterprise grade technology having a massive spike in scanning and probing, it's smoke, right? Which would indicate there's potentially fire underneath or behind the door, right? Kurt Russell backdraft, that kind of thing. Underappreciated movie, by the way. I think Backdraft was great. Firefighters got their flowers. So for this, if you're running, it's hinting at a 0-day or some type of potential exploitation. The only reason a threat actor or collection of threat actors would surge to find these things is if they had some type of weapon to deliver to these things. It could be they're working on something and it's a reconnaissance to see if there's any juicy targets. That way, when the payload is ready to rock, they can deploy it on the targets that they want instead of spray and pray. If you're running Palo Alto Global Protect VPN service, this should absolutely get your spidey sense tingling. Okay, so you can't do anything for it because it's not like there is a known 0-day. This is just an indicator that there could be some bad on the horizon. All I would say is, when you can see smoke on the horizon, this probably resonates a little too strong for the California people, but when you see smoke on the horizon, you basically are left of boom, where the GRC people operate. You have opportunities to take action. Review your Global Protect VPN. If it's a 0 day, you can't stop anything, but you can make sure that it's properly configured. You can go threat hunting to see if there's some weird stuff in your net flows from the Global Protect to, like something that's in Global Protect or the server there, and it's scanning everywhere like a foothold and looking for lateral movement, stuff like that, right? You may not necessarily see it because you're not compromised, but again, when there's smoke, there could be fire. I would keep an eye on this one also. It is Palo Alto, which is like enterprise grade, top tier stuff. Palo Alto is a super legit, great organization. So if there is a 0 day patch that comes out, they're going to make it, they're going to disseminate it quickly. I've worked with Palo Alto in the past. I can't say definitively if they would communicate discreetly with their clients before going public with a patch. My suspicion is yes, but maybe a day ahead because, once it gets out secretly, it's going to get out publicly anyway. So, but it's your VPN. If you want to, if you need, successful authentications from unusual locations, geolocation type stuff, like just weird multiple hits, all these things. Again, if it's a 0 day, it's like less about authentication and it could be just technical exploitation. New accounts being created on the box, new accounts being created in Global Protect itself. So a couple different things. Be on the mind on this one. Engage if your team's big enough, the firewall engineers, let them know. If your team's not that big, but big enough to have IT separate from InfoSec, let the networking team know. Just send this over and say, hey guys, I'm keeping it. Like basically this is all I would do. I'd send this over and just say, hey y'all, I'm just keeping an eye on this story. It could be something, right? Little awareness, a little heads up. That way, if this thing explodes tomorrow, you've already initiated the conversation. You're like, hey, remember that thing I sent yesterday? It's a hot mess express. Let's go. Also, I want to point out, you got to think through this. This is your VPN for your company, which means if you have to pull this thing down, Carl in accounting, he's not logging in from the Starbucks cafe. Likely your entire sales team not logging into the mothership, okay? So this has profound production impacts if you have to tear it down, which, by the way, the business is not going to like, okay? They're not going to like that at all because you're talking about impacting straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
So just, basically get sorted out and get ready.
Microsoft used its AI-powered security copilot tool to discover 20 critical vulnerabilities in open-source bootloaders, including Grub2, U-Boot, and Bearbox. These flaws could let attackers execute arbitrary code, potentially bypassing secure boot protections and installing persistent malware. Microsoft worked with maintainers to release security updates back in February. While some vulnerabilities require physical access, others could be exploited remotely to bypass security mechanisms like BitLocker.
All right. So, really quick, if you don't know, there's two things about this story. Number one.
Shall we play a game?
Number one is, do you know what a bootloader is? Okay. If you don't know what a bootloader is, welcome to the party, pal. Also, if you are a first timer, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. So here's the deal. Bootloaders basically allow you to have like multiple operating systems on your machine. So real quick, when you boot up your computer or any computer and you get the black screen, right, a little bit of terminal stuff, and then you get the Windows splash screen, there's a bootloader that's looking at the master boot record that's basically kicking off Windows boot, okay? So if you're trying to be all fancy pants, you can have a bootloader that runs before that, and you could have, usually it's called dual booting. Like most people don't get bananas and have like more than two operating systems. And I know there's going to be some people in here flexing like, I have 8, but like basically it'll pop up and normally it would say, do you want to load Windows, or do you want to load Kali Linux? Basically, that's what most people do, right? Or Ubuntu. We got a first timer, Stager, in chat. What's up, Stager? So that's what a bootloader is. Now, I've used Grub in the past. But it sounds like Grub and U-Boot and Bearbox or other ones are vulnerable to pretty serious vulnerabilities. Now, if someone can exploit your bootloader, that's basically before your operating system. So it's like low key a rootkit-ish. It's like rootkit adjacent, which you don't want. You do not want a rootkit up in your box, okay? Like that's definitely gross. So, having said all that, the chances of you finding bootloaders in your corporate environment, I would argue, are probably not super high and almost nearly impossible to detect, because when you're scanning boxes to see what they have installed, you're like querying Microsoft Windows typically, right? And it's telling you the apps. The bootloader is sitting beneath that, right? So you're not going to see that. For you yourself, if you're dual booting, be aware of this. What the other thing I want to tell you about is I personally don't see dual booting or bootloaders as much anymore. It looks like Carrie's running. Carrie's making a joke about the size of his boots. I don't see bootloading nearly as much anymore because we have virtual machines, hypervisors that allow you to have multiple operating systems way easier and share networking and be able to share between operating systems instead of just loading one. We also have WSL, Windows Subsystem Linux. I have Kali and Ubuntu and Windows running on my machine like simultaneously. So to me, bootloaders were cool when they were a thing, but there's better options now. So let me know in chat if you have an opinion about that. But I just think bootloaders are yesteryear solution. Now, having said all that, the real story here is that, John Henry versus the steam engine, Security Copilot, an AI tool, was able to just look at these softwares and find 20 critical vulnerabilities. These bootloaders have been around for a long time, and these 20 vulnerabilities haven't really been discovered. So a win for AI to discover vulnerabilities so we can fix them. So if you're writing code, wouldn't hurt to use AI to help you write more secure code. Now, I want to point out that this is good guys using Security Copilot. There's literally no difference between good guy and bad guy, except intent, right? Look, I'm a good guy, Dr. Gerald Auger, and I am helping find vulnerabilities so we can get them patched. And I'm a bad guy, Jerry guy. I'm using Microsoft Security Copilot to find 0 days. Right? So it's all about intent. So you can bet your bottom dollar threat actors and script kids and people who are, basically lost their job and not sure how they're going to make two ends meet. This could be that. So this is AI, buddy. This is what we're doing here.
Newly discovered trick lets users bypass the Microsoft account requirement when installing Windows 11. By pressing Shift F10 at the network setup screen and then entering Start MSCXH local only, users can create a local account instead. This method, confirmed by Bleeping Computer, offers an easier workaround than previous registry-based methods. While Microsoft has been tightening restrictions on local accounts, it's unclear if this command will be removed in future updates.
There you go. We talked about it yesterday, and Casually Joseph shared some type of registry hack where you could bypass this thing. Well, apparently, all you got to do now is reboot the machine and hit a function key and Shift F10 on the keyboard and then type Start MSCXH local only. So basically, the Microsoft account bypass has a very easy solution. If you're standing up a new machine, I just stood up a machine for my son. I didn't know about this. Did the Microsoft account, which, by the way, just quick tidbits Tuesday. the user account that I created for my kid, it's like a one-off. He doesn't log into it. It's literally just to log into his box. And last night got 2 alerts of someone trying to log in, but when you log in with his account, it sends me an email, which I have to take action on. So, I mean, it's not a security incident. It's just some peckerhead goofing around on that. But it's frustrating to figure out why they know that Microsoft account. But anyways, that's something I'm working on. IR at 11:40 p.m. last night. Thanks, threat actors. Thanks, Flaming Donkey.
You're not going to bed, Jerry. Get up and respond to this.
So that's what's up. So if you want, you can do this. Microsoft, guys, here's the deal. Microsoft is making money. They would love for you to be in their ecosystem. It's all about vendor lock-in. So I would imagine that they're going to continue to try to curb this capability in any way. But if you want, there you go. There's a solution.
Overwhelmed by noise in your cybersecurity processes? Cut through the clutter with Qualys Enterprise True Risk Management. Quantify your cyber risk in clear financial terms and focus on what matters most. Actionable insights help you prioritize critical threats, streamline remediation, and accelerate risk reduction while effectively communicating impact to your stakeholders. Empower your cybersecurity strategy with tools that drive faster, smarter, and more efficient risk management. Your secure future starts today with Qualys Enterprise True Risk Management. Visit qualys.com/ETM for more information.
All right, here we go. All right. Hey, really quick, Alpha Sierra is on orders, so she's not in chat. So we do need someone to volunteer to be the drum major today. And la. Guys, really quick, want to say thank you to the stream sponsors. Barricade Cyber with their Fortify 365 solution. Delete Me, protecting me and my family. Threat Locker taking a deny by default approach. And Antisyphon disrupting the cybersecurity training industry like a bunch of bosses. Guys, it is an absolute delight to be able to do this show every single morning and not worry about basically keeping the lights on, right? And that's what the sponsors do. Plus being able to give away prizes for the CTFs and stuff like that. So thank you all, community, for understanding that the show has to have the sponsors. And thank you, sponsors, for understanding that this show is awesome and that you want to be part of it. We already did Worldwide Wednesday, so it's going to be a speed run, quick mid-roll. But really quick, we do need someone to take the la-la-la-las on. I'm going to go ahead and speed run over here at Stager. We do this every day at the mid-roll. It's all about good times. 10 seconds until la-la-la-la. So someone's better pick up the slack. Here we go. Let's go. La-la-la-las coming in hot. Solid. Not only IT doing his 35-month gifted, a 35-month milestone for the la-la-la-las. I see so many of you in here. Brexy, Philip Martin, Marcus Kyler, Blood, Sweat, and Rage, Space Tacos, Haircut, Elliot, Matisse, Reed Hurlbert, so many more. Alpha Sierra will be very pleased. We're crushing it. Let's slide back in and finish strong, y'all.
Retired Lieutenant General Dan Kane, who is U.S. President Trump's nominee for chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, told lawmakers that the U.S. Cyber Command's Hunt Forward operations uncovered Chinese malware on multiple South American networks. These missions, conducted with host nations' consent, help allies strengthen cybersecurity and provide the U.S. with insights into adversary tactics. Kane also supports maintaining the dual-hat leadership of Cybercom and the NSA, citing operational efficiency, despite ongoing debate over whether the roles should be split.
All right, two things here. One, Hunt Forward is this initiative that the United States has, I guess a strategy that they've decided a couple years ago. And basically, the way you should think about it is we're done, I'm speaking as the United States here. We're done just defending and taking hits and being all right, we're just going to take these. And now we're basically threat hunting at a global scale. And by threat hunting, we're basically going into other countries' federal government IT environments and going threat hunting with their permission. If we didn't have their permission, that would be hacking. What we do have is we have an incredible, we're a first world power, right? The United States is a first world power. We have first world power capabilities, military, cyber capabilities. And if we are basically, think of it this way, we are very strong and we have lots of resources and we're going around to our neighbors and making sure that our neighbors' houses are buttoned up and things are good. Think of it almost like a zombie apocalypse movie, like DayZ, right? And we've got the backpack full of gear. We got 2 rifles. We got steaks and chickens. We got meat and water for days, right? And our neighbors are all kind of janky. We know, right? If a threat actor wants to get to us, it's easier for them to go through a trusted neighbor than it is to go directly to us. If you can take over a trusted neighbor, get into their infrastructure, you can get value from that, and you can use it as a pivot into us. So we have a vested interest, the United States has a vested interest in ensuring that its friends and allies are also buttoned up and good to go. That's what the strategy is behind this. It's the same thing that the United States has been doing for 60 years, except it's in cyberspace instead of physical space, right? United States always goes into other countries and helps them out and bolster them in order to ensure that country, almost like a proxy war, that country can stay stout and not become a problem, right? Adding value to U.S. adversaries. So same thing here. Now the TLDR is that Latin America's or South America, tons of environments have gotten screwed up. In China, malware has been discovered. Guys, if you haven't been paying attention, and there has been attribution here, so this is not xenophobia or just speculation to stoke the fires of I don't even know what the fires are called, but the political fires, if you will. It's been attributed. China's all up in United States telecoms, United States ISPs, United States critical infrastructure, European Germany telecoms, Dutch. We saw recently they were in Taiwan, Philippines, Pacific Rim countries. Why wouldn't they be all up in Latin America? Okay? Between their Belt and Road Initiative, where they're pushing soft power through infrastructure projects in developing countries, to this, it is what it is, guys. And if you want, catch me outside.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Catch me in person, not on stream, and ask me my thoughts about the bigger picture of this, and I will gladly tell you. But I do want to keep it objective, and I'm not trying to turn this thing into a hot take central. So catch me outside. I won't throw hands, right? To say it in my best Gen Z speak, I won't throw hands if you catch me outside. I'll just have a conversation with you. And for you for you millennials, I won't set my knuckles to stun, right? And then for Gen X, I won't fight you. Just very explicit.
Congressional leaders and cybersecurity experts are sounding alarms after layoffs at the United States Department of Health and Human Services, including cuts to the FDA's medical device cybersecurity team, affecting those responsible for vetting medical devices for security risks. Experts warn that the firings could stall new device approvals and weaken oversight of existing ones. Former FDA cybersecurity director Kevin Fu said that the agency was already understaffed, and further reductions could jeopardize national security. Apple released...
All right. Okay. Two things here. One, and I know there's another story coming up that has something to do with medical devices, so I won't spend a lot of time on this one. But listen, two things. One, I worked in healthcare for a number of years. I'm well aware of medical device cybersecurity efforts. Two things. Number one, medical devices security is like kind of a joke. Okay, I hate to be so flippant and cynical, but kind of a joke. Okay, it says HHS firings will have impact on medical device security. Well, first of all, HHS isn't responsible for medical devices. The FDA is. So, number one, that's kind of interesting. Number two, again, I don't want to be flippant, but everybody is getting fired everywhere. The FAA just fired a bunch of people. The IRS fired a bunch of people. So if you're warning of impact to medical device, how about impact to air traffic safety and financial fraud, and you know what I mean? Again, this is not a political show. I'm not making editorial comments on current decisions being made, but if there was ever a time for the dog and This Is Fine where the room is on fire, now would be a good time for that meme. Okay, so what do I think? Honestly, I think there's a bigger impact here to other dimensions of healthcare and cybersecurity safety than medical device. And I'll just explain why really quickly. Medical device cybersecurity, there's a couple things you need to know. Number one, medical devices need to be certified by the FDA. When they receive certification, the medical device, it's very expensive. It's like certifying drugs. It's very expensive to get it certified. And when you do, the medical device provider does not want to spend a single freaking penny getting it recertified, which is why you get into these knockdown, drag out fights with them about, back in the day, it was patching. They didn't even want to apply patches. Patches have been accepted, but major operating system upgrades, not acceptable. So if you have a box, say you have an x-ray machine that runs Windows 7, and you're like, dude, Windows 7's gross. You got to upgrade. And they're like, nope, not going to happen. Nope. So there's one thing. Number two, you are not allowed to maintain the medical device system. Even though it's an x-ray machine and you're not trying to change the way it does x-rays, it's sitting on a Windows 7 box. If you think for a second that you're allowed to patch that machine, you got another thing coming, Buttercup. The medical device manufacturer gets to sign a sweet, fat, lucrative contract to maintain it, and they'll literally put controls on it. You need a physical USB device that's one of one that gets plugged into it that unlocks the admin panel to be able to administer it. And by the way, in person, they'll charge you $100. I'm using round numbers. They'll charge you $100,000 for dude to fly in and do the things, or they'll charge you $25,000 if you open up remote access and let them remote in. Guess what? When you're talking about a 400% increase for someone to show up personally, cybersecurity loses that fight every single time. So now you got this remote access solution, which you don't control, which is not a organizationally defined or approved. It's whatever the medical device manufacturer's solution is. Some of them are better, right? Siemens, Philips, they have good ones. But then you got something whatever. Joel Belton's ice cream shop and medical device manufacturer, and he's using some janky ass, stitched together remote access solution that's gross and open. That happens. So when you're talking about this being a problem, my friend, get in line. We've got way bigger problems with medical device cybersecurity, and more importantly, risk exposure to our organizations, to our patients, to our businesses than HHS firings. Again, maybe there's more to this story. I do not prep or research, but I do feel like this is partly This is partly a turning up the temperature or turning up the fire in order to emphasize or justify why these firings are a terrible idea and why, the kind of like crude mass firings approach is not a best practice. All right. Oh, Alpha Sierra's here. Alpha Sierra, go back and watch the mid-roll. You'll be very proud. Everybody showed up really nicely. Plus, we went around the world. All right, let's go.
Security updates Monday to patch vulnerabilities across iOS, iPadOS, and macOS, and Safari, including 2 actively exploited 0 days. One flaw lets attackers bypass WebKit Sandbox, and another disables USB restricted mode on locked devices. Apple says these were used in highly sophisticated attacks. Other fixes address issues like unauthorized access to keychain data. Updates also extend to older OS versions to patch previously identified 0 days.
All right. So, if you run Apple iOS, it's not bulletproof. You're not running some type of magic, invincible piece of technology. It's software. It's written. Hey, Jenny Housley, be well. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny Housley. Yes, sir. All right, so listen, if you're running old tech, you got an iPhone 3, guess what? You can't upgrade the iOS. So if you're running that, then you're exposed, right? You got your pants down running backwards through a cornfield. Not guaranteed to get negatively impacted, but you are taking on risk. 131 vulnerabilities. This includes iOS and macOS. So what I would say is, number one, if you can, configure iOS devices to auto-update. Usually they'll do it overnight while you're sleeping. If you cannot update because your phone is out of space, that's a different problem. Maybe you should offline your photos or stop sending so many GIFs and text messages, which, by the way, I'm not trying to tell you how to group chat. I'm just saying, if security updates are important, this is a hill that I will die on, and one that's really challenging with end users, because Carl in accounting does not want to delete his pictures from the bake sale. Obviously, Mac OS, patch it. Dude, you have a computer, patch it. Patch it. You got to patch it. You got to patch it. Okay, that's all there is. Now, these patches were actively exploited in an extremely sophisticated attack against specific targeted individuals, which means that it's highly likely, like very good percentage, that you and I don't need to go threat hunting for this in our environments. It was a spearfish attack, very targeted, extremely sophisticated, which means it's very hard to do. And it was used on just a few people. So we don't need to go threat hunting. Again, even if you run a Windows shop, most executives love themselves some Apple products for whatever reason. So you got to look to them, okay?
The U.S. Federal Drug Administration regulates software in medical devices and software as a medical device to balance oversight with swift security updates. Manufacturers must follow strict risk management, design controls, and documentation requirements for software changes. Most updates require formal review, but critical cybersecurity patches can be deployed without FDA approval if they don't alter device function or safety. The FDA encourages proactive cybersecurity planning, including real-time threat monitoring and secure patch deployment, emphasizing that cybersecurity is essential for patient safety.
Yeah. All right, so this is a lot of what I just said. The FDA is responsible for this. They put up a good face, but there's so much friggin' money in medical devices. So much money, dude. Healthcare, medical device manufacturers.
Straight cash, homie.
Lots of money, okay? So, here's the thing. The FDA says you can apply critical security patches without basically modifying the certification, and you have to do a risk analysis on it. Let me tell you a couple things, all right? Number one, you can, a security patch is not a operating system major version update. So if you're running Windows XP, moving it to Windows 10 or 11 is not okay. Like, and it like pains me to say that, but like the FDA says it's not okay. You're going to get no support, right? You're going to be alone on that hill. It's going to be cold, windy, and rainy, and no one's going to help you, okay? So just accept that. That machine's gross, and it's going to stay gross and over there. Number two, a lot of, you choose your own adventure, but these devices are usually connected to humans, okay? Delivering patient care. You cannot scan them with a vulnerability scanner because you have no idea what it's going to do. If someone's plugged up getting chemo or getting insulin or getting morphine and a vulnerability scanner tags it and accidentally pushes an extra hot dose of morphine into someone and kills them, guess what? That risk is so high from an impact perspective. It like bursts through the heat map. That's so high that it is unacceptable. So guess what? You are not scanning the medical device networks, which basically means you need a separate VLAN for medical devices. And that is just a dark space where things live. And oh, by the way, as I mentioned 10 minutes ago, that's a space where you're not allowed to really look for vulnerabilities or weaknesses or issues. But it's an area where tons of third parties, tons of vendors, tons of security people, security people, tons of your organization remote into to manage. These devices are on a network. People are remoting in. That's called a foothold. These organizations have crap security. Guess what? You've got risk exposure, attack surface. So this is one of the reasons why whenever I just talked to somebody last night in DMs. I worked in healthcare for a number of years. I'm telling you, I probably worked 5-6 years in healthcare. I probably got like 20 years of experience because it is such a complicated, such a demanding environment and a lot of challenges you have to deal with. And this is just one of them. The third thing I want to say, and this will round out the show, is this is around GRC. So GRC Mafia, giddy up on this one. Now you might be like, oh, I'm a tech person. I love IT. I don't need to deal with end users. I don't need to deal with the business. I'm cybersecurity guy. Okay, that's great. Or cybersecurity lady. Okay. Get this. Okay. Remember, at least in the United States, capitalism is what we're doing here. Okay. So let me just paint a scenario that is absolutely a true story, okay? And probably something you're going to experience. I'm a sales guy at a medical device company, okay? I want to make money. How do I make money, right? What is my motivation, right? Let's play game theory. What's going to serve me? Hold on. The glasses is sales guy. What's going to serve me the best? I want a new boat. I want a new fully loaded Yukon Denali. How do I get that money? I got to sell medical devices. Well, I've got bonuses tied. So the company has 1,000 Windows 7 machines on the shelf. It's in a warehouse. Business is paying for the warehouse. Business can't sell these Windows 7 machines because they're running an end-of-life operating system and nobody wants them. But I can get a bonus if I sell them. How do I sell these damn machines that nobody wants? I got an idea. The same freaking X-ray that we put on Windows 11 is the same X-ray that runs on Windows 7. If I sell it for less, right? So the Windows 11 X-ray machine is $1 million, and the Windows 7 X-ray machine that does the same thing is $200,000. So now I go to some rural bumpkin medical facility, right? And they say, hey, listen, I know money's tight, right? Listen to this. I can give you an 80% discount. An 80% discount because I like you on this X-ray machine. What do you say? What? Why an 80% discount? Dude, I'm telling you, it literally does the same exact thing as our brand new X-ray machine. It just runs a different Windows version. Do you care about that, or do you care about the X-ray functionality? Well, I care about the X-ray functionality, says the clinician. Let's do it. And then they cut a PO for friggin' gross end-of-life operating systems, and they come in and they say, make it work, Jerry. Make it work. We got an 80% discount. Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
And now the sales guy's like, boom, I've got a story to sell. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. And the Windows XP machines fly off the shelf, or Windows 7 machines, and you've got all this gross exposure. And if you try to stand in the way of it, which is another lesson learned I've got, you try to stand in the way of it, check this out. Well, hey, if you try to buy a piece of technology, buy is the key word here, a piece of technology that's end of life, procurement won't cut the check. We can't get the money. I'll make you a deal, sales guy. That Yukon Denali with the heated seats isn't going to buy itself. I got an idea. How about I sell you 100,000 tongue depressors, and with every 100,000 tongue depressors, you get a free X-ray machine. Why would you do that? Because the X-ray machine, you don't need to cut a check for. It doesn't go through procurement. It's just a throw-in. We'll just send it to you. It just shows up on the loading dock. But you cut a check for 100,000 tongue depressors at $200,000. We'll send you the tongue depressors. We don't give a That's a way that they get around procurement as well, okay? I'm telling you, dude, healthcare is a wild it's a wild place over there. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait, that's it. Hold on. Check it out. Check it out now. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's show. Don't go anywhere, though. And somebody call Nick Barker, because we are right at time. I want everyone to know a couple things. Number one, at 9:30 a.m., we've got a hot new episode of Simply ICS Cyber with Don Weber and Tom Van Norman, two very seasoned, very experienced legends in the cybersecurity industrial control system space. Both very knowledgeable, both very interested in helping people. That's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time in just 30 minutes. But before that, let's get your questions answered. I'm Jerry. I run another show right after this one called Jawjacking. Jawjacking is a 30-minute AMA where I will answer whatever questions you have to the best of my ability. I'm transparent, I'm honest, and I'm hoping to help people. That's what we're doing here every day from 9 a.m. to 9:30. Don't go anywhere because it's going to automatically pick up. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thank you all so very much. April 2nd, 2025, episode 847. Until next time, Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. Hey, what's up? My name's Jerry Guy, and this is Jawjacking. This is a 30-minute AMA show coming hot off the heels of the daily cyber threat brief hosted by that nerd. Oh, what a zero. Dude, can you get more hyped up about end-of-life medical devices? Jesus, Jerry, your GRC's showing. Why don't you tuck that in? But in all honesty, guys, I'm just having fun here. The Jawjacking show is much more chill, much more good times, much more, mullet, right? The daily cyber threat brief is business up front. Jawjacking's party in the rear. Let's get your questions answered. Drop them in chat with a Q. The mod team is here. Love that. First one out the rip. Colo Radio says your thoughts on work that Jim Browning is doing. Stay safe. I don't know what Jim Browning's doing. Let me take a look. Jim Browning. Jim Browning pig butchering? Jim Browning, the software engineer? Wow, he's got 4 million subs on YouTube? This dude's a boss. Hold on. Is this the story you're talking about really quickly here? Undercover video captures how real-life models lure victims into fake relationships and steal their money. Oh, poor little out for Val Kilmer. Iceman succumbs to pneumonia. He had a rough go. All right, so pig butchering. I don't know what work he's doing, but if anyone's competing or combating pig butchering, more power to him. Let's go. All right. Thank you. I've also never heard of Jim Browning. Let's see. Andrew says, did you find more purpose in sales or GRC? Andrew, I never worked in sales. So I'm going to go with GRC. I love GRC. I've been on a mission to make GRC cool for like 4 years. I feel like maybe it's not cool, but it's certainly more mainstream. I'm not going to take the total W for that. A lot of people have been making it cool, but I've been trying to make it cool. I told Daniel Lowry in 2022 it was my goal. No, Cam. Jerry Guy does not own a Yukon Denali with heated seats. Jerry Guy would like a Yukon Denali with heated seats, but no. No, unfortunately. Triple D knows the nerd. Love it. Let's see what else we got. Cheddar wants some of those Windows 7 sales. Gotta get those Windows 7 boxes. Hey, TG Artist, what's up? Jerry Guy in the hizzy. Favorite peanut butter? You know, honestly, I've never really had a peanut butter preference. I think we eat Peter Pan peanut butter at my house. Dude, give me a blind taste test. I can tell you the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Give me peanut butter. I have no idea. They all taste the same to me. I think the real question is, do you like creamy peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter? All right. All right, let's keep going. All right. I don't see any emails. I don't see any questions, so let me just keep on going. All right, guys. So I don't see any questions in chat today, which is fine. I'll answer them as they come. All right. So, hey, let's do a poll. I guess crunchy versus creamy. What's your PB? Where are you at on PB? Crunchy or creamy? I've had both. Honestly, I think I defer to creamy. Like if there were 2 peanut butter sandwiches in front of me, I think I would reach for the creamy one. Yeah, Tech Ricky knows. Tech Ricky's talking about how the crunchy peanut butter crew are low-key sus. Bearded Ruckus wants to know CD player or Walkman. I was a Walkman. Guys, I had a lot of great memories of the yellow Walkman where like the way it would open is like the thing would flip up over where the play buttons were and then it would open and then you drop the thing in. Not this guy. You know, like the cheap, or not the cheap one, the more mainstream ones had like a little slot that opened up and you slot the cassette in it. The Sony yellow Walkman, you would pop it and flip it open and drop it in. That's where it was boss. All right, Mr. Shannon Wilson says, what are some best free tools to learn to advance your knowledge in a GRC role? Well, good question. From a GRC perspective and free tools, I would say, number one, there's a tool I haven't used personally, but I'm actually having a meeting with the guys behind it Friday.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hey, silence. Poet passing CISP. That's a major accomplishment. Nice job. And thanks for the super chat, Space Taco, so we could give that love. Hold on. Stager, who's a first timer, has questions. Let me start flagging these questions, guys, really quickly. Hold on. I want to make sure Stager gets his question answered as well. It's simply because, holy crap, we have a lot of questions now. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm alone in the studio, so I'm having to flag these. Jesus, where's the stager question? All right, I don't see it, but so oh, here it is. So what I would say is there's a tool called CISO Assistant that looks pretty good. I have a tool called GRC Assist that is on my GitHub that's decent. As far as like advancing your GRC knowledge, the tools I'm talking about will help you do GRC work easier and faster and more automated. I don't think it'll necessarily teach you GRC skills. You got to remember, Mr. Shannon Wilson, GRC is more of an art than it is a science. So there aren't like sim labs and stuff. You know what? I guess I would say one of the easier ones to do, get a vulnerability scanner, get OpenVAS, get a Nessus community edition, and scan your home network and look at vulnerability scans, look at the value of vulnerabilities, understand how that works. I think that would be pretty valuable. I have a video on my channel on how to use a Raspberry Pi to create a vulnerability scanner. It's a few years old, so it's probably out of date, but that's what I would say. All right, let's get back to the questions here. I literally just answered that. Bruce and Hacks, Kia Aura. If I live in the Maryland, DC area and interested in meeting like-minded cybers, what do I do? Oh, great question, Bruce and Hacks. So if you want to know, go to the Discord server. So Simply Cyber, where you're at right now, you're consuming a Simply Cyber program. Simply Cyber has an ambassador program, which means that we have individuals who are active and very engaged with the Simply Cyber community that are willing to be ambassadors in their local geographical area for other Simply Cyber community members. If you would like to find out if there is a community in your area, go to the Discord server and check out the locals section. Is that correct? SC Locals Meetup. Chris Whitlock probably has more information, but go to the SC Local Meetup. I'll just tell you right now, we have local representation in Charleston, South Carolina, Detroit, North Atlanta, Kansas City, Toasty Pops. We got Vegas, Augusta, Georgia, Washington, Baltimore, Maryland area that Bruce and Hacks is mentioning. And more. So go check out to see if there's an area near you. Think of it as like B-Sides or DEF CON local. We're trying to do that for our community members. Go check it out. I know Jack Scott hosts one in the Raleigh-Durham, Cary area. Luke Canfield can speak to that. Casually Joseph with the Charleston crew. Lots of CJ in Vegas. So go check that out. Thank you, Bruce and Hacks. We love our local community. A Warham or a Warham? What's the best way to conduct vendor assessments? Questions, timeline, vendor engagement, non-existent. Okay. Vendor reassessments, two ways. One, technically, make sure the questions you're asking them are, not overwhelming, like maybe 10 questions or whatever, but make sure that they're heart of the risk, right? So identity and access management, data governance, logging, those type of things. Okay. Number two, the vendor isn't, he or she says vendor reassessment. So here's the reality. If they're already in your environment, if they're already doing business with you, the only way to get their attention is to tell them that the contract will expire. You have to hit them.
Straight cash, homie.
You got to hit them in the purse or the pocketbook or the wallet. You've got to threaten their money, or they're going to tell you, they're going to like double middle fingers to the sky you and be like, yeah. We'll get to it. But you know what? The invoices are still getting paid, which is what we the vendor cares about. So you have to get buy-in from the business that they're willing to threaten, even if they're not going to do it. They're willing to threaten not renewing the contract. Okay. So good luck. That's a tough one. Taekwon Gong, I've been thinking about threat hunting. How could I get into this? Wading through logs, if you want to chime in on how to get into threat hunting, what I would say, Taekwon Gong, is if you have like a home sim or a home environment, first of all, if you can catch logs from your home environment, that would be good. But threat hunting is basically going and looking for bad in your environment. That's it, right? If you have detections, if you have alerts going off, like last night, I got alerted of a problem that I had to take care of in my home environment. That's not, you don't need to go threat hunting. You've got detections for that. It's the things happening in your environment that you're not getting alerted about because you don't have detections for. Go look for that. Remember, threat hunting is trying to prove a negative, which is impossible to do. You never know if you've exhausted the full analysis. You can just have high confidence that you've done all you can. So go, like, pull down some IOCs, right? Go look for, like, pull whatever the new, here, look at, like, IOC for, oh my God, viral phishing campaign. Or, oh no, you know what? Jesus, what was it? ZooSpot? Is ZooSpot back? Wasn't ZooSpot back? There was a campaign that just came back recently in the last few days that was like an old one. I can't remember if it's ZooSpot. So I just Googled IOC ZooSpot threat intel, right? And I don't know this one, IOC.1. These don't look here. Okay, so here we go. These are IOCs for ZooSpot, and this is last updated April 1st, 2025, so yesterday. I really feel like ZooSpot's the one that just blew up recently. So check that out, right? You can literally look for these URLs in your firewall logs or your DNS lookups. You can search for these domain names, right? There's probably IPs, there's probably hash values. Look, there's hashes here of files. You can look for these. Josh Mason has provided a KC7 link. There might be some learning here on threat hunting. Is that right? Hold on, let me look really quickly. Well, I don't know why Josh put this, but there's threat intelligence with Alien Vault. That's probably tied to threat hunting, so hopefully that helps you, Tai Quan Gong. Elliot says, do you like your OJ with pulp or no pulp? No pulp. All day, no pulp. I want to drink my orange juice, not eat it. That's gross. Hold on, let's check the poll really quickly. Oh my God, the Simply Cyber community tore down the middle. Crunchy versus creamy. GIF and GIF also tore us apart. Jesus, I got to tell you, there's way more crunchy people than I thought. Defala says, between CISA and SysM, which one's more preferable as a GRC cert? They're both, like 100% both GRC certs. It depends what you want to do and what's in your career. CISA is preferred if you want to be an auditor or you're early in your career. SysM is preferred if you want to be a director of governance or a CISO and later in your career. How would I get into GRC from just a support role? Stager, our first timer. So, Stager, if you're in a support role, what I would encourage you to do is engage with the Information Security Office and tell them, hey, I work in support, but I love, I want to support. I want to support your mission. Be an asset to them. You know, ask if you can, you know, ask someone in charge. Be like, hey, can I just join your meeting? Like, usually teams will have like weekly meetings or something. Be like, hey, can I just join your weekly meeting for 5 minutes? I want to let you know what I do, and I want you to know that I'm a resource at your disposal, right? How in my role of support can I help serve the information security mission at this organization, right? Engage with them. Let them know that you're part of, don't be like, oh, I want to work on your team. What can I do? Just deliver value. Hey, I work in support. I talk to end users all the time. I'm out in the field all the time. How can I help support your mission? Like, would you want if I saw somebody with a computer that needs patches updated and rebooted? Should I do that all the time, every time? If I see someone that doesn't have MFA enrolled, should I do that? Like, let me know. Would it be valuable to you if I told you once a week or once a month the type of calls that I'm seeing most often, right? I'm a frontline person. I get someone calling in all the time about phishing emails, right? Be a value. And then, ask if you can shadow their team meeting once a month. Like, basically embed yourself. I hope this helps. Everybody else, if you got thoughts for Stager, let me know. The idea is you have to engage with the information security office at your business, but don't do it as like, hey, how do I get a job here? Finally, obviously, Stager, what I would say is try to, obviously develop skills that are GRC. Security awareness is a very well-known GRC skill. Maybe you offer cybersecurity awareness as not as a service, but like, hey, I'm a support person. Like, actually, this is a great way to do it. You could even talk to your management and be like, hey, listen, I'm a support person. My role is to help end users. I'm thinking instead of being reactive, right? They call me and then I support them. How about I be proactive and I provide cybersecurity awareness training to them on some of the common issues that I get called for, and maybe we can cut down the number of calls coming in. In fact, you could even market it to management. It's like, listen, let me track for a month, if you're not already tracking, how many calls we get around phishing emails or smishing emails or whatever, or text messages. And then let me go educate like 2-3 times or go to different departments or whatever and educate them on this risk. And then let's track how many calls we get for the same issue the following month. And let's see if there's a material, measurable reduction in those, which could indicate that the awareness training I'm providing is delivering not just risk reduction value to the organization, but we're getting less calls, which means the end users are more happy and our team is less stressed out. Boom! Win, win, win. Okay, Silence Poet. Question, I'm going to switch to RA soon. Should I focus more on third party or internal? I would say third party, honestly, Silence Poet. Only, like, to me, internal is more valuable, but like, third party risk management is it's so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
You're going to do both. I mean, it's not really that much different. Well, the key difference is that third party risk is going to be lighter and higher level. Internal, you usually go wicked deep. So, yeah. It's easier to get change on the results from internal risk assessments versus external or third-party risk assessments also. So that's what I would do. Mara Levy, I appreciate your rant on medical device security. Well, thank you, Mara. Recently, I came across a large vendor that had different payment tiers based on how much security they provided. Much more money to encrypt. Yeah. Honestly, I get sometimes when it's more expensive if they're doing something, but it's gross, dude. It's gross.
Straight cash,
Unfortunately, I'm becoming more and more aware of just how gross capitalism is. Like, and by the way, I run a business. I understand capitalism. I'm not saying capitalism is bad. I'm just saying it has dirty parts to it. It's not pristine. But dude, I have seen vendors that will charge you a one-time $45,000 fee in order to allow you to use single sign-on, so you can use federated authentication to access their device. Not, hey, we have the feature, you can take advantage of it. No. They have the feature, but they won't unlock it unless you pay an extra $45,000. To me, that's super gross. Like, F you, man. Like, you're already making an ass load of money. Why you gotta be like that? It's already built in. We're not asking you to engineer it. Donkey. All right, some things just bother me, guys. Is OpSWAT Academy still a good resource for OT training at ICS? Fight like wolves. I will tell you, I haven't worked with OpSWAT in a minute, but when I did work with OpSWAT, I actually found them to be pretty cool. Like, really, like free courses, good content. Yeah. So I would look. Oh, they charge for their courses now? Their courses used to be free. I can't comment on this. But I would say fight like wolves. In 7 minutes, Don Weber and Tom Van Norman, who both collectively have and I'm not even exaggerating or being hyperbolic, have 50 years of cybersecurity IT ICS experience, OT ICS experience. They would absolutely be the right people to ask on where to get good training and if OpSWAT's good or not. I want to let everybody know as well, if they don't get a chance to, if you're watching this on replay and you didn't get a chance to talk to Dawn or Tom, where is it? I'm looking in Discord right now. There's supposed to be a Discord channel for this. Where's the Discord channel for this? Hold on 1 second. Mods, there's definitely a Discord channel. Chris Whitlock there's definitely a Discord channel for. There's definitely a Discord channel for. Oh, here it is. So how do I, here, this is so janky that I have to do it this way, but, this is how I do it. This is how I do it. All right, little Montel Jordan. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. And let me do this. So, this is the Discord server, Fights Like Wolves. Do ! Discord in chat right now if you're not a member of the Discord server. But inside the Simply Discord server, you can see right there, I have it highlighted. There is an ICS OT Cyber channel. Your question is 100% perfect for that channel, and Tom and Dawn engage in that channel. And they like Tom and Dawn, they are doing ICS, Simply ICS Cyber, because they want to help people. So ask them. All right. 100%. Yes, Cam, I'm meeting with the CISO assistant people Friday, April 4th at 2 p.m. Let me look at my calendar. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Also remember that Friday is first Friday of the month. If you didn't know, Stager, you're a first timer. Every first Friday of the month, we do bingo during the Daily Cyber Threat Brief with that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. And we do a live AMA on the Discord server that's not recorded or streamed, and that's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah. S. Cole says, do you know if there's a difference in IT Symposium and other conferences like B-Sides or Wild West Hackfest? No. I mean, symposiums are typically like academic, so the research might be different. So, I mean, your question's very specific because B-Sides is usually local and local people. Wild West Hackfest is almost like a retreat. IT symposiums are typically hyper-focused on the talks and the research being delivered. That's the key differences. I did submit a talk to Black Hat. Oh! If I get my talk accepted at Black Hat, I'm absolutely going to melt. Like, getting my CSSP back in 2009 was a career goal. Getting a PhD was a career goal. Speaking at Black Hat and DEF CON, both of them, are career goals of mine, and we'll see. I also submitted a talk to Wild West Hackfest. We'll see if that gets picked up. What's my GitHub? I'll show it to you. This is my GitHub. Jerry Guy 311. Who asked that question? Alex? I got you, Alex. Alex, I'm going to tag you in YouTube chat and drop a link. Everybody can go to it, but... All right, what else we got? Mr. Wednesday, good day to be here. Do you have a SIM set up and do you use Splunk or Elk Stack? I do not have a sim set up in my home lab at this time. I am about to, Nick Barker's helping me, but I'm about to do a Graylog setup. And I just did network maintenance on Saturday in my home. I put a 16 port switch through there to expand. So now I've got plenty of space to span port and catch logs. I do want to set up honestly, I want to set up Graylog, but what I really want to do is set up Security Onion in my home environment. But that's a big effort. So stay tuned for that. All right. All right, looking at chat. We are way behind on chat here. Let's see. I'm still looking at chat and trying to get questions answered. Kyle. I'm in the process of planning a cyber threat intel DAO. I haven't seen anything like it yet. I want there to be an autonomous CTI feed. Wondering if a DAO could work, or am I crazy? It's a DAO. Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So I don't... Yeah, I don't know, Kyle. I don't really play around with blockchain and Web3 and stuff like that. So maybe if anyone, again, if I don't have a question, if I don't have an answer, I'll certainly defer. Triple D, that's a flying car. Flying car. Shaft TV says they need a Houston one. Yeah, Shaft, if you want. I know DJ B-Sex in H-Town. Him and, was it Ghetto Boys? Where in Kansas City? Taekwon Gong. Tag at Toasty Pops to get answers on that. Guys, we are just a few minutes away from Simply ICS Cyber. Let me actually share the Simply ICS Cyber so we can rate it. Simply ICS Cyber. Okay, there we go. Oh, it started. All right, guys, we got through as many questions as we could. Here's a pin chat. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber, guys. Thanks so very much. Please enjoy Simply ICS Cyber. Those guys are killing it. This is episode 4 of season 1. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Or, excuse me. Oh my God, I just revealed my secret identity. I'm Jerry Guy, not that nerd. Be well, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Or I'll see you over in the raid. Yeah.